Hi guys, just a small heads up, I'm sorry for the wheel noises and my very bad English. I try my best, but it's still hard for me to make full sentences and think of what I want to say next if English is not my native. Hope you like the video, see you later. Hello everyone, welcome to this kind of tutorial I think. I'm mostly making this video because one of my friends actually asked for it, believe it or not. He wanted to like get a small tutorial I think for drifting through traffic. Now, just beforehand, I'm still trash at this. So, I don't know if you should take this from me or all that, but I will just give you the tips that helped me get better, like me personally. And like tips to help you get the steering better, that type of stuff. Okay, first of all, I use the M2 competition from Kyrex in nohesi. I think it's the best one, but it's also the one that I learned on. So for everyone it's different, but this is the one I use. Also, when you're first learning, go in a light traffic, not in a heavy traffic, light traffic. Because, heavy traffic looks better, kind of feels better, but it's gonna be 10 times harder to learn. And I made the mistake to instantly go into heavy traffic when I was really beginning. So, the best tip I can give you now is light traffic. Then, when you're in the game, go to pits, and if you use the same car as I do, use the slidey boy setup. This is the one I always use, and I think it's pretty nice. So, also, if you use this car, fourth gear I would say is the nicest, but third gear is also possible. Now, let's first talk about the steering. How you're going to initiate a drift, kind of. So, how I would suggest this is not use handbrake, don't use brake, but use the kind of the weight of the car plus the power. So how I like initiate is I just go side, bam. So you're going to the side a bit and then just yank the steering wheel the other way, and like the weight transfer will do its job for you. And then also let go of the steering wheel so it can kind of get that small drift turn thingy. And when you do that, try to, when you go to the transition, don't use brake, but only use the gas. Like, let go of the gas a bit and then full throttle it again. Kind of, not really full throttle, but just throttle it out. Because when you use brake, it's possible, but it can throw you off a bit. I think I kind of have the hang of it, but that's mostly because I only did drifting before nohesi. So I already kind of have the drifting background type stuff. But personally, I wouldn't recommend it. It's also less smooth. For me, I think it's like it can make the car feel weird when you're transitioning with the brake. But it's personal preference, of course. And I would say like don't touch the handbrake at all, because I can show you this is what happens. Yes, you can like steer with it, but it will just make the angle way too much to kind of handle. Now let's talk about how you kind of after the initiation keep going, or like how I do it, how I think it's the nicest for me. After you initiate and like you're going like this, and you want to go or a little further, or you want to like transition already, what I would recommend, what I use, is like if you're going drifting to the right and you want to go to the left, give a small tap to the left with your steering wheel, like a small bit when you're drifting. So you know, like that. It will like do it faster, because most of the time when you're in traffic, like you have to go fast or like transition fast, because you know it's not really wide, you don't have much space. So when you go like this, just give the small tap to the side you want to go to, and it will make the transition kind of faster, and for me it's more controllable. But of course that also depends on the person. And like throttle control with the steering, you of course need to have it. Like if you go like this and you transition, I would say the best way is to kind of let go of the gas when you transition. It will make it, I would also say, easier. But it isn't really necessary. But so like if you have to go really fast, it's possible to do, but I wouldn't recommend it, because you know this can happen. Again, I will get the camera a small bit closer so I can show you up close, not while driving, because you know there's a whole chair in the way now. Okay, so you're drifting, you're going to the right, you're drifting and you want to go to the left, like transition. You're just gonna give a small nudge to it, and then kind of, yeah, hold it a bit, and then try to let go of the steering wheel, or let go, not like this, but just don't grip it, so the force feedback can do its own job. I can try to show you. I'm still shit at drifting, so I'm not sure if it's possible, but I think I can. So okay, so we're going. I would say if you're in fourth gear, try to be at kind of high RPMs, but it isn't necessary. Okay, so you're going, and now you see, you're just gonna try to give it small notches. Most of the time it isn't even necessary, and like I try to do, or try to give the force feedback a big job, kind of. It has to do a lot. That's obvious, because you know it has to counter steer out of itself, kind of. Whoops, I'm dead. Ooh, 360. Okay, so maybe I can try it like this. And you know, like there, I wanted to keep kind of letting my drift keep going, and I was going to the left. So if you wanna kind of go a little longer in that direction, instead of like going to the tip, giving a small nudge to the right, give a small nudge to the left, or like keep going to the left. So it will have, or so it will stay that way. But it will sometimes make it harder to transition and to counter steer. Not always, but you know, sometimes. And like there, the braking really helped, because I needed a fast transition. Ooh, I'm dead. Ooh. And that's also a thing. Don't always do the notch. It's not always necessary. Let the force feedback do its own thing. I know at first you're gonna be like, wait, why? Because you know you wanna have control of the car. But the force feedback will actually give you lots of control of the car, I would say. And of course, you know, sometimes the force feedback goes too far, it's too slow, I don't know. But you just gotta know your wheel. I know kind of what my wheel can do now, after having it for a couple months, I think 2 now. So I kinda know what it can and can't do. And if I'm too far, like I'm already here at this, so let's see, 90-degree angle with my car, I know it's gonna be really hard for the force feedback to do, or like to get the car back. So I will give an extra hard, like thug notch something at it, so it can, or it will go faster. And sometimes I would use brake and that type stuff. So you gotta know your wheel, your car, kind of, and get really good at like letting the wheel do its own thing. That was like the hardest thing for me to learn, to let my wheel do its own thing. And yeah, of course you're gonna crash, like, you know, I'm crashing like always. Ooh, ow, my hand. But don't give up, okay? It's gonna be hard. Of course it's gonna be fucking hard. It's a video game and it's pretty realistic, I would say. So it ain't easy. But try to keep going. If it goes wrong, just take a little day off, a couple hours off. Go drive normal instead of drifting. Just try to remember to have, or to learn how to get the throttle control. Maybe the small notches isn't always necessary. And also don't use brake too much. And never use handbrake. Like, don't, I would say. That was the video for today, guys. Have a nice day. I hope it helped. Probably not, but you know, I needed a new video. So this is it.